Welcome to the world of the unknown and the unexplained, never knowing what's lurking around the corner or in the doors that we may open. Welcome to the world seeing through the eyes of the innocent.
Welcome to episode 3 of Seeing Through the Eyes of Innocent. Tonight's story is called The Runaway Dejavu. There are many things we can't figure out what happens with the human mind. It knows things sometimes, and then it will see it, and it will actually happen. We don't know how this is even possible. The mind has many things that it could do that we as humans still have not even figured out. Even the most scientific person has not yet been able to figure it out. Our minds, when they say when we're asleep, we have an astral projection, out-of-body experience. We don't know for a fact that that's true, that our bodies just escape the physical realm and go to an astral world. We don't know that for sure. Because obviously our subconscious is so deep into whatever dream we're having that we can't seem to shake it. And some days we don't even remember until suddenly we'll get what you call a deja vu. Which brings me to the story of 1980 about a 15-year-old who ran away from a military home. He was put in the home because there was nobody that could take care of him, so they ended up putting him into a military school, which he went on a home visit and decides not to return back. He lets the bus take him to a place called Binghamton, New York. He changes his name. He sleeps in a closet all night long. He lives on the street. He's only 15 years old. So that the state of New York would never, one, find him. And then came February of 1981. For the 3-4 months that he had been gone, he decides to want to come home. And he wants to be with his mother. He has a dream. He has a dream that tells him it's very dangerous for him to go back home. Now, David really, truly loved his mom so much that he was willing to make that risk. But all during the bus ride back to where he came from, he kept saying, inside, this is not a good idea. He ends up getting back home and seeing his mom one last time. When his dream, nightmare, becomes reality. He's caught, handcuffed by the New York Police Department, shackled like a criminal that he wasn't. For the night until they can get him back up into the military school, they put him in a place that is so dark. To him, it's like hell. The next day, they take him back to court. But that night, when he was captured, he knew what was going to happen. But yet, he still pursued to get back to his mom. Now, when he left Binghamton, New York, back in 1981, and he went back to Courtright and became a runner. And not only was he a runner, he also could escape police handcuffs. Because the night of his arrest, at 15 years old, and he was arrested, unfortunately, he was able to get out of shackles and handcuffs. Nobody ever figured out how he could do it. But if you put this guy in handcuffs, he could get out of it. And shackles. Pretty amazing. Since 1981, no one's ever heard from this guy. No one's ever seen David Johnson ever again. But it's based up on true story. And as I stand in the front of the place that he stayed, which was a homeless shelter, at 15 years old, he made everybody believe that he was 17. We'll never know what happened to David Robert Johnson and what became of him. But we do know one thing. He had the deja vu. And like all of us, we may see something may not feel right. And we end up going to that danger anyhow. In his case, he could see things from a trauma to the head is what caused him to be able to see many things. And his mama always used to tell him, you have ESP, which being able to know things are going to happen before they happen. We all have this ability. Many of us choose not to use it, or we're afraid of what we might see. And us as humans are afraid sometimes of the truth. Until next week, seeing through the eyes of innocence.